Hey, what's going on, guys? I just wanted to do a mid, well, not really a mid. I don't know. Hope y'all are staying safe, giving thanks for the things you do have, and all that stuff. But yeah, I just wanted to come on here and do like a end of season video for Rivals. I mean, I've been in it since season 0. I've got a lot of accounts. I play literally like every day. And I have an understanding of the game to where I can play at the level that my skill allows me to play at. Review my videos and then watch top play or spectate my high ranked friends, and I can apply like their strats to my like I could directly take my friends' strats and boost my win rate when applying them. It's like a direct, like my skill at Rivals is good enough to where all I have to do is just apply pro strats, and I'm able to I can literally increase my win rate infinitely the more studying I do, based on the skill that I have at this game. So I have an understanding of it on a not sort of just like a rudimentary level. I can conceptualize strats for every position if they were explained to me in my head. Like, I understand cooldowns to a level to where, like, I'm not really. There's never a time in Rivals when I'm just thrown off a loop unless I have my game on mute. Like, if I have all the sound off. But for the most part, you could just like see and feel where everyone's at. And then it's like, okay, everyone's kind of like moving away. Something's happening. So I don't even have to play with sound, and I can still play and do well. Yo, what up, gang? He said, man, sleep. Now, this is a video about Marvel Rivals going into the new season. I'm waiting for the update. So, season 0 was really fun. Season 1 was amazing. I felt like overpowered Spider-Man was really fun because it gave you a reason to play Marvel Rivals. Like season 0, season 1 Spider-Man felt like a completely different video game as far as comparing the way he felt to other characters. So I'm kind of sad about the Spidey nerfs, but I've always played Dive like heavy, but like of course you learn how to play other roles. And then this was my first hero shooter, so I kind of just, once I started getting into the community and mingling with like once you start socially interacting with other people that are playing hero shooters all the time, you start to pick up on strats easy. So like I have a really Fortnite state of mind as far as first person shooters. Then I went to COD, but then it's just like Rivals my first hero shooter. So is it sin to God to watch Spider-Man? Jesus is coming. Do you believe? Chat, man, sleep. You in Bakersfield. Okay, but no, this is a video about Marvel Rivals because we're going into season 3. Okay, so this is the one major like thing I want to say about the game going in from season 0 was great, season 1 was great, season 2 got here, and this is what I wanted to make more videos about it, but then I was like, I didn't feel as though I had as much time with the genre to make a competent video and feel as though what I had to say was like, I didn't feel like I would be confident in what I had to say prior to making this video. Like going into season 3, I like the season 1 to season 2 change was so please, developers, if you guys see this video, if you have a bunch of people complaining about the game, that doesn't mean you have to change it. That might mean they just suck. And it's okay. It's so frustrating to me that like, it's like if they make characters busted, then you need busted strats for these characters. It's just like, why? It's like, if the community just mass complains and then the character gets nerfed, that literally diminishes the skill level of the whole player base significantly, to where it's just like, okay, we're not adapting as players. We're just kind of whoever can play the game the most. Like, if you can get on as soon as that patch comes out and you're researching the patch notes before they hit and you're practicing those characters that are going to get buffed, and then you're like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like that takes the fun out of grinding a character out and getting really good with that character, to where like the patch notes come out, the character gets reworked. Now you've got all these strats you got to redo. You got all these strats you've made because your character has this kit. And then it's just like, that's like, if the way I look at it, it's like back in the day, the developers would make video games, they would put the video game out, and people would just have to play it. And then people would sit there and cry and complain about the game. And the developers would be like, I don't give a fuck, you're buying my game. If you don't like it, go make your own. Whereas like now the fucking developers it's like they make a video game, people complain about it, and then they change the game like to make it to whatever. If it's like, if more people complain, we're gonna change it. So it's like from season 1 to season 2, it wasn't tilting for me because, you know, I'm skilled enough to like, and I'm blessed enough to where I can research the patch notes and I can sort of keep up with things. And so it didn't really hinder me, but like my homies that would potentially play the game, they get on and they're like, oh snap, Bucky got 2 shots now, bro. That's crazy. And then it's just like, if you play Thor if you've played Thor forever, and then you just, if you've been playing Thor since season 0, You play season 0, season 1, season 1.5, season 2. Then you play the whole season 2, then you get to season 2.5. And Thor's whole character kit changes to where all of your strats, the maps, the infrastructure on these maps are not changing. You still have OG season 0 maps. You still got that Tokyo help the Spider Weaver get to the fucking, you know what I mean? That's one of the original, you know what I mean? That's one of the fucking old maps. You still got the Yggdrasil Pass. You know, like the maps are not changing. So if you change the maps, then I could see changing characters, because it's just like changing the maps. That's like I would rather the developers change the maps more often than change the character kits, because then I feel like if the maps are consistently changing in a shooting multiplayer game, then that gives if the maps are consistently changing in a shooting multiplayer game, but the character kits are staying the same, that creates a more even playing field for the player base. Whereas if you have a game where the infrastructure, like the maps are not changing, but the character kits are changing, it's just like, dude, like it ain't really fun, because if I can just grind out my character more than you, then I'm better. But it's like, you know, if the maps are constantly changing. So that was my whole, because from season 0 to the end of season 1 felt so different. But the main difference from the season 1 to season 2 change is that, all right, I'm gonna put a pinned comment. Start poll is okay. I put a poll up so that way I guess it gives you guys some sort of reference as to what I'm talking about. All right, so the main difference. Okay, so the big change from going into season 2 was the addition of a brand new character, a fresh character kit. That was overall a net W for the game. There's no way anyone could complain about the addition of Emma Frost. Emma Frost adding into the game was not only was her kit like fun to play as, like if you play tank, Emma Frost is like amazingly, like Emma Frost is very fun to play if you play a tank character. So the addition of Emma Frost was great for the overall community. I felt like the strats to kill her were not as difficult as like the strats to kill any other tank. So I feel like going from season 1 to 2, that was an amazing like it felt very natural. And so when they added Emma, that was like the first new character. It was the first feel of like, ooh, this is kind of spicy. Like, this is a new feel for this. We haven't been getting this lately. This feels I like this feeling. But going from season 2 to season 2.5, that's when I feel like I had the most distaste in my mouth for this game. Like, I never felt as sour for this game going from season 2 to season 2.5, because, and not necessarily because a lot of different things. I was specifically soured by one specific detail. Like, the overall game was in a great spot for me, but I felt as though I felt that too many character kits were being reworked too often, going from season 2 to season 2.5. I felt like we went, if you, like I said earlier in the video, if you've played Thor since season 0, when you got to season 2.5, you have a completely different character. Now, to people who don't really play video games, like, it's specifically fighting video games. If you play a fighting video game and you get really good at this game, you probably can play a few characters. If you're really good at a fighting video game to where you're winning tournaments, all of your friends, you're beating all of them, and you're traveling out of state to play a game, then you're probably good at that video game, at that fighting game with multiple characters. So if you get to a spot in a tournament where you could potentially win and you're facing a very strong opponent, you're probably going to have one character that you pull out that's like your boss character. You have total, like, as far as character knowledge, every matchup in the game, you feel the most comfortable when you're playing this one character. Like, there's going to be a character when you first start that you think is cool, and you're going to pick it, and then you're going to be like, oh man, this is fun. But then you're going to see another character on screen, and he's going to look even funner, and you're going to play him, and it's like, oh, this guy is also fun, and he feels way more free. And then you're going to see, so you're going to search around until you find someone that you're like, okay, I can do everything that I would like to do in this video game to make me have fun. And also I can compete with my friends. Like, I'm not suffering in this game because I want to have too much fun with my character. And, I'm not playing a super weak character because I want to have fun. I'm playing a competent enough character that is getting me wins, and I'm still having fun. Once you find that character and you play that character for a long time, if the developers, like, out of the blue, change that whole character's kit, you're gonna be so, it's gonna be like, either one or two things are gonna happen. Really, three things. Either the character rework is gonna allow you to use your character in a way that no one else would really see as a benefit, but since you really know this character, the developers have went in and they updated the system and completely changed your kit. not necessarily gave you a buff or gave you a nerf. Like Thor's kit is different. Rocket's ult is different. Like Spidey's getting nerfed, right? He's losing team ups, which I feel like the team up system is like a rival specific thing that the team up system's not going to change. So I'm not mad about Spidey not having the Venom team up. That's great. That's good. That's great for the game. But if I've been playing Spider-Man since season 0 and I almost really cracked Spidey at like 3 or it's like in like 45 minutes when this update dropped, them crack Spider-Mans is gonna pick that controller up with that Johnny Storm team up and go crazy, bro. Even with all the nerfs that Spidey has gotten. And so the team up changes, I don't consider team up changes kits like kit break. Like I don't consider a character gaining or losing a team up kit altering like thing. Like adding or losing a team up to me is like what makes Rivals like a top tier game. Like just the whole system makes Rivals so fun because it's so random that you're not gonna like the games are amazing. Like the games are really, really, really fun. Whereas Fortnite is way less fun and more like getting sweaty in Rivals is fun. Like getting sweaty in Fortnite is not fun. You're like, yeah, getting sweaty in Fortnite is not fun. Or getting sweated on in Fortnite is not fun. Like when the people you're playing against are sweating on you in Rivals, then 100% it's just a matter of a character swap. Another amazing trait, but it's just like if you're getting stomped in Rivals and you regroup and you character swap and they hold after y'all have character swapped, like they're gonna have to be playing like cracked and doing things that are just like you're not just dying from Squirrel Girl just bouncing squirrels off the wall. Once you're at a level to where you're like counter picking properly to like just block her nuts, unless this Squirrel Girl is literally like once she's identified that y'all have swapped to a like Squirrel Girl counter team and she starts to like dive so she can just die and respawn and she does like some Ninja Girl, Squirrel Girl stuff, like that's the type of stuff that like that makes getting sweated on fun. Is it send to wait. At Bakersfield? Who is this? Ishu? I don't know. But yeah. So now. So going from, like I said, going from season 2 to season 2.5 was probably the lowest point for me with the game. And like I really like playing Namor. I really like playing Loki. I really love like Hulk is fun. Like the tank role to me is not as fun, But I feel like characters like Mr. Fantastic are so exciting because okay, when they added uh Johnny Fantastic in the thing, because earlier in the video I think I said that Emma was the first, but really it was the Fantastic Four. When they added the Fantastic Four, Mr. Fantastic was so like that's what I'm saying. Literally from season 0 to season 2.5, I was like, the game was amazing. Mr. Fantastic was so exciting for me because it showed me that they were able to blend like the tank and the DPS and healer and DPS and like healer and tank. Like they're able to mix these characters and make them not like cringe. Like Mr. Fantastic's kit it's like I feel like this game is so under like I feel like the strats in this game are so like they're like Neanderthal strats compared to like 10 years from now. If this game keeps going, because like if they're adding characters like this, it's a matter of time before they come out with someone who's like my ideal character is like Nightcrawler. Like I need someone who's like Magic, okay? Like they're like a mixture of like Magic and Spider-Man, but make him like a grappler, right? Make him to where like he's like he can be like super fast on the air and super fast in the like make it to where like he's make his mobility like Magic's to where like when Magic's on the ground she feels very free, she feels like a shark in the water. Like slowing down and speeding up feels like very very good on the ground as Magic. Whereas I feel like there are no characters in the game that I like that feel as fluid as Magic does when you're like moving. Like Psylocke kind of feels like like I haven't played enough Black Panther to feel Black Panther still feels kind of like with Magic's teleport being on a 3-second cooldown, it's like 3 seconds is not a long time. And so like from literally from season 0 to season 2.5 when Ultron came out, the Magic Black Panther like team up is like that has never ever not been scary. Like a cracked Magic and a cracked Panther are like when I queue up, I got a little homie, he's like 11. And he's like, I'm streaming, guys. I'm gonna play Panther. Oh my god, it's a Spidey main. I hate Spidey. He's always on 10 at all times. When I queue up with this little dude and we coordinate our first, like, if once we're coordinating our like first dive, as a Magic and Panther, and we kill the healer like we're in the shadows, and then we like 1, 2, 3, and kill him like literally like within like frames. You can kill a rocket with Magic and Panther with a fully charged projectile, a pole, and like if you time the pole the right way, you can hit you could kill the rocket literally like maybe 7, 8 frames, something just like busted, bro. Because like you can literally animation cancel everything with Magic's charge. So all Panther got to do is just throw a pole and a fully charged projectile and a lunge attack from Magic will kill you. Those three things, like, that's why I don't really those three things are like very, 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 very small. Like, that's a small price our team had to pay for a dead rocket. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. My ideal character is like a Magic Panther kind of very, but mostly Magic's dash is like Magic's dash is the funnest part of Rivals. Movement wise, no character feels like as when you're like cracked and locked in, no one feels as fun as Magic to me. Like, I'm not good enough at every DPS to say that Magic is the like, it'd be naive to think I could believe that a character would be the funnest, quote unquote, because like obviously it'd be like Spider-Man would be the funnest character because he's the fastest, but I feel like Magic's dash being on a 3-second cooldown makes her way funner to play than Psylocke, because you don't have to do anything with Magic but kill people. You just like stay in the shadows, you don't be seen, and then as soon as you're seen, you kill them. Whereas like with Black Panther, you gotta do a lot of dancing, you gotta wear it, but now Black Panther has a one shot now. So see, it's like I feel like the changes are good as far as like buffing the characters like cooldowns or buffing their ammo. I feel like that's something I can tell the developer that's like, yeah, maybe Hella should have like one extra bullet. But like, okay, so like the only major character rework I can think of is Thor. I'm trying to think of any other character that just like completely like different now. So I feel like that's like I feel like that could potentially be a make or break for this game. It wouldn't be a bad idea if they like totally reworked a character's kit like that. Maybe like once a season, one character. that would be cool. Like, or like the beginning of a season and the end of a season. Like, so it's like, or it's like, no, mid season and beginning of the season, you do like a complete character rework. I'm cool with that because it's like, I don't know. I just feel like it's like a character rework could take you from going and being like a world champion to like not getting out of pools because like you're the ace of your team. You have all of your strats dictate on your kit. The mid-season patch comes out. You don't get a buff. You don't get a nerf. You get a character rework. Your whole kit's different. Like there was no Thor play at all in whatever the $3 million tournament. No one played Thor, and that's disgusting because like the game's strats are not as evolved yet. These strats are, they're always going to be able to break all these new baby. There's always going to be a counter strat. There's not going to be a team that everyone's playing. Everybody ain't playing Emma Mag triple heal. People are playing triple res. People are playing Storm Jeff. People are playing Iron Man Ultron. You know what I'm saying? People are playing Gamma. So there's not just the game's gonna get to a point to where it's gonna be like Spider-Man, Magic, Panther, Loki, Invisible Woman. It's gonna be like either you're like super fast or invisible, or tanky enough to where the super fast and invisible guys won't kill you. And then there are gonna be tanks that are like, there's gonna be a tanks. If this game stays out, there's eventually gonna be a tank that's slower than Groot, that has like no wall capabilities, but like when Juggernaut comes out, you'll see when Juggernaut come out, or one of them characters like Juggernaut, where like he's 100% of body shield, he like Hulk, but he ain't got no green shield, he ain't got no jumping ability, he can't even really run like the thing can run, right? He just literally can't do nothing but just straight walk. And maybe do like straight forward. Boom. And if the wall can be broken, he's just gonna run through the wall. His runaway ability is gonna be to where he can only run in a straight line. And his cooldown is going to be like, Juggernaut's cooldown is not going to be long. Juggernaut cooldown going to be like 3 seconds. Bro, I'm telling you, the game's going to get to a point to where it's just like, there's going to be a tank where his base kit, he can only like do really short melee attacks, but he cannot be killed. And he's just gonna like walk with the cart, and you're gonna have like people DBZ fighting And Loki and Invisible Girl are going to be like trying to dive the other person's like big tank, like the that little the because everyone's going to play the same exact characters, or there's or this game's going to have so many characters to where there's going to be like three good teams, two good teams, to where it's like it's going to come down to where there's going to be three top good teams that are everyone considers these the best 6-man lineups, and the game's going to come down to the stage bands. It's going to come down to a matter of who guesses right on rock paper scissors, right? Okay, so the character bands are not gonna. The character bands are gonna be. We haven't seen the band characters yet. There are gonna be characters that are so busted to where they're gonna let guys like that, like Juggernaut, pass through. Because there's going to be like a healer with like a healing alt that's like completely game busting. Like there are going to be alts, like bands are going to be based on like season to season character team ups and like alt team ups and stuff like that. Like Jeff Nato is like strong enough to where it's like you have to like Jeff Nato as a like concept, like Storm Mantis Jeff. Jeff heals pretty good. Mantis is like terrible healing. But Loki's big healing. Like Loki, Mantis, Jeff, I don't really like I like Loki with a healer whose heals can bounce around. Cause like you don't want to have a lot of spot heals that just stop when they hit a wall. You want some heals like Loki heals stop whenever they hit stuff. Jeff heals kind of stop when they hit stuff. So you need like Loki Rocket or like Loki Mantis works, but like Mantis is kind of like too slow to be like Loki Mantis Jeff is like ass. Rocket Mantis Jeff don't have this like you don't have Loki on your team. So it's just like Jeff Nato's kind of like because any team that's running like Rocket Mantis, like not even Rocket Mantis, like any team that's running like Mantis period, like Mantis, Invisible Girl, Loki, or like Mantis, Loki, and just like Adam. Oh yeah, they're gonna run through a Jeff Nato team, but it's just like that's right now. The game's gonna get to a point where, like I said, the bands are gonna come down to season by season, patch to patch, team up abilities and ultimates, and the character selections are going to come down to like you know when this game's like intensely studied to where like the Doctor Strange portals are going to constantly the game is gonna start getting broken to where like the the maps are gonna start to become exploited because like the character abilities are kind of like glitchy. And with it being so many characters, they're adding new maps. They're constantly like the game's gonna always be buggy because there's no consistency. Everything's constantly changing. So it's always gonna be buggy because you were never able to just sit down and work with what you got. You kept changing it. So like Wolverine is like a dice roll. Like Magic. I do strats with Magic that are so busted when I don't want to die. Like I could just like float over everyone until like they walk away and then I can just like float onto like come down to earth. Like I'm literally like I can literally float like out of the map when I want to avoid getting killed. that's that's busted, bro. It is just like that's what happens when you're not like just like just like focusing on like the the inner things, the fucking cooldowns and the fucking weapon. I mean the fucking ammo. Fucking bro, if Hella has two more shots in her fucking clip, like it may seem like it's small, but like when it comes to stuff like that, like yeah, these AI computers and stuff, they're like highly complex and stuff, but like adding complexities like only makes the equation more difficult. So it's just like if you have a base video game and you're letting an AI bot like work on it, like the AI bot can get it pretty good. Like he could get like there's no reason Wolverine should be like flying like spear diving through the air like you know what I'm saying? And just like going where he needs to go, like I don't know, bro. I don't know. Like Wolverine's kit is like the game is very fun. Like all the kits are so like Wolverine's kit is like when you see people do the Hulk and the thing with Wolverine team up the right way and he flies through the air and he's like not glitchy, not buggy, grabs, grabs the enemy tank, then like flies them back across the map with like one jump, like bro, like that's like peak rivals. Cause like just think about the strats. The strats are gonna be like when this game gets to like a high level, the main strat is gonna be taking the point. Like that's gonna be the main strat, or like coming out of the door, like on convoy. Like it's gonna be like the main strat. Like there's gonna get or like just taking the objective one time is going to be the hardest part, because like, especially with characters like Groot. Like Groot is a season 0 character. Okay, so this is what people fail to realize. Like, you have Groot players who have like 2,000 hours, Groot players who have like 3,000 hours. That's not far fetched, bro. You got 3K hour Groots right now in season 2.5. Like, once they start adding new tanks and new healers and new DPS with, like, bro, every time, I promise you, bro, Groot is gonna always be banned, bro. Groot's gonna always be either banned or picked for the lifetime of this game, because especially as long as they're adding new maps, because Groot is like, if you don't know the map, a brand new map, Groot is always at an advantage. Like right now, like people think like, oh, Emma will do, like Emma's the best tank because like Emma does what Groot does, but like she's a little more tanky, right? So it's kind of like, whereas Groot is more like of a team defender. Like a good Groot that knows how to like use his walls, like build like 90s, like build 90-degree angle, like roofs over your head. Like once the Groots start to be able to like, because you gotta think about it, Mag's shield is what's so coveted for him. Like Groot has basically a mag shield that's on way less of a cooldown. Like when Groot don't want you to die, he can box you in, boop, 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 boop. And you can't hit nobody, but you know what I'm saying? And all he's got to do is leave out the side of the box for the healer to get in. Like crack Groot, like I don't know. I feel like if there were no bans and both teams were able to pick any character, I feel like the most optimal team right now going into season 3 would be like, if you were not like, if no one could ban, because of course you could just like, like, let's just say this is an objective game and we're on Hell's Kitchen. All right. Hell's Kitchen starts in it starts with that one map that's I think the last one is that when you're in the caves. The second one is the cool base that like rotates. And the first one is the base that's like has the pillar in the middle that goes up and down. So let's just say you're on that map and there are no bans, right? Like, in order to like, let's just say like I was on the team that obviously, like, I guess, my bad, sorry. I'm getting sleepy, but I feel like the ideal team, in order to take the point with no bans, would be right now going into season 3. I haven't thought about this question. Honestly, with no bans, I think you could take Hell's Kitchen right now. That first map that's got the pillar in the middle. I feel like you can honestly take anything. Like, I feel like you could do anything with Namor Hulk. Like any group, like you can literally go, honestly, like the Flyers are not that scary when you have like Rocket, Namor, Hulk like moving as like a 3-man diving. Like if you can get like Namor into the back line and like, or not necessarily even the back line, just an off angle, and him not get like shredded. Because like when you're watching comp teams, it's like it's always strange portal, and then like, oh, whoever, you got a little more, you waited a little later on your strange portal, so you can put it at like a choke point, you know, and like comps, like pro, like hot, like top level comp at these $3 million tournaments, like they're dropping both their portals and they're not dying until way after that portal's despawned. So that portal to portal fight is like irrelevant, right? It essentially boils down to a fucking like portal to portal play is gonna be like you're never gonna be able to out strategize a team in their spawn. Like portal, that's what I'm saying. Portal, like starting the game with portal is like so pointless to me, right? I feel like because the the meta is gonna evolve around people that can get in and out of spawn point and move people in and out of the spawn quickly. That's where the meta is gonna like, because there are gonna be people who are like, it's gonna be like, okay, Strange's portal gets you from the spawn to the objective with 150-second cooldown, right? So right now, Rivals they're asking us 150 seconds for us to start teleporting the whole team to the point, right? But to get one person to the point from the spawn with Spider-Man, Rivals is like Spidey with the right webs. Cracked Spideys are getting to point fast. I promise you. In 150 seconds, Spider-Man can go back and forth to point damn near 100 times. You know what I'm saying? With the way some of these maps are set up, he can 2 webs and he's like back at the spawn. Like he can do 1 web, get to the point, 1 web back to spawn. It's these Spideys are cracked, bro. Maybe 2 webs to get the point. You know what I mean? So the meta's gonna evolve around those characters that like eventually you're gonna get more characters that are like a blend of Strange and Spidey, to where they can't necessarily teleport the whole team, so it won't cost 150 seconds. They can teleport 3 people, and it only costs 75 seconds. So now every 75 seconds that a team does, someone's got to swap off and pick this guy, right? So that's gonna slash the fights in half that we have now, because fights are literally like, they're about 150 seconds long. Like every fight, you're gonna get a Strange portal at the end. You know what I mean? Like with the pro players, like the top at the highest level, they can sit there and survive for 2 minutes of just like, they're basically like standing in front of each other and shooting each other, and their healer is standing directly behind them and healing them. And the other healer is doing the same thing at the same time, to where they literally pace their ults at, they have all their ults at the same time. And so it's like pro players, like when they have so much riding to where they play like extremely tanky, and then they handle dive really well, to where I feel like the thing that kills healers at the highest level is not necessarily technical skill, but like it's 100% cunning. Like the most clutch plays at that high level are just like the people who just so happen to sneak by and get that good headshot on that person who was just so happened to caught him as one of his teammates got low and he had to turn to the right. And you've been stalking him at this corner for like 30 seconds, because they'll literally sit there and strafe right by their homies and heal optimally at the right angle to maximize their heals on their tank and stay within the line of sight of their other healer. And then the one healer at the flank that's like keeping an eye out on his whole team as a dive character, you'll literally be sitting there. They'll be sitting there just like stalking him, and as soon as he turns away, they'll like not even attack. They won't even wait for a time to attack after so long. They'll just wait for like a reposition. They'll just reposition and then wait again. It's just like, that's why fights take so long, because like the dive takes like pro dive, like top level dive is like 3rd and 4th level. Like these like triple res comps, like their dives are like, that's what made me start, like when I seen the Ignite tournaments, when I seen that triple res comp in that Ignite tournament, and how they would use dive to bait the other team into getting trapped into a Adam Warlock res. Like that's like a whole nother level. Like they'll send like a coordinated 2 or 3 man unit into the, to flank the enemy team, and like they'll literally like stagger their like deaths. Like they make themselves look like they misplayed. Like I feel like at like the top level, once this game gets optimized, they'll be able to like kill one player. They'll be able to kill like your tank, and then once your tank's dead, they'll like be able to keep everyone alive until they chase them back to the spawn. And then once they get to the spawn, they'll have them like one tap to where the tanks will have to just like watch them die. And it's essentially going to be like, no one's going to die but the tank. And then the tank's going to have to wait. Like, one death's going to cost you like, because they're going to be able to learn how to like spawn camp and stagger. Like the art of team staggering, like once people start getting their like, you know, they're going to figure out the frames it takes to kill someone. They're going to figure out what spaces what little cracks on the floor to stand on to where all 6 of the people are hitting like every like they're going to all be standing to where at any time all of them can shoot or like aim at the same exact area. People are gonna die like like you're gonna like Loki's gonna always be played unless they like come out with healers that heal more than Loki. And his kit is just like he can go invisible. He has clones, like any sort of character, like puppet character is always going to be busted in any sort of like combat game. I appreciate you guys for watching. I'm about to pass out.